Hey guys, so it is stew season and I'm gonna be showing you one of my favorites, my garlic herb beef stew. Usually what I do is I'll use a slow cooker, which can take about maybe like 6 to 12 hours, but I am gonna do something even better. This beef stew is going to cook in only 35 minutes. You're probably going, what? How can that be? I know I said the same thing, but I'm gonna be using an electric pressure cooker. So this is a lot different from your grandmother's pressure cooker that was done on the stovetop. It's not as dangerous. What's so cool about this thing is you can do so many amazing things in this. You can make cheesecake, yogurt. There's a button on here that says egg. I mean, come on, how amazing and cool is that? This is like my new husband. Okay, the cut of beef that I'm gonna be using is beef chuck. You wanna make sure that it has some really nice marbleization, and what that is fat. Fat is gonna give you loads and loads of flavor. Okay, so I'm just going to put my beef in this bag here. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll dredge my beef in the flour, but this is Tia Mowry's quick fix. So I feel that putting it in this bag and just kind of dumping all of your flavors in here, it's quicker. Come on, who wouldn't want that? So I like to coat my beef with flour because when I sear it later on, it's gonna give the beef this really nice crust. This stew is definitely one of my husband's favorites. He always talks about this stew. I feel like stews just make you feel really nice and warm and cozy, maybe a little romantic. My beef is in the bag. I'm gonna add some flour. I'm gonna add some salt, flavoring the beef, some pepper, a little bit more. A little tip, what you wanna do is create a little bit of an air pocket in here. It kind of makes room in the bag for the beef to move around. Okay, and you wanna make sure that this is sealed, ladies and gentlemen, or it will be raining salt, pepper, and flour, and nobody wants to clean up that mess. I know I don't. Okay, I am going to sear my beef. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn on my electric pressure cooker, and as you can see, there's this button that says saute. So this is what makes me so excited about this electric pressure cooker. I can actually saute my beef in here. Hi. That little beep that you just heard means that the unit is starting to heat up. I'm gonna add my olive oil. My oil is nice and hot, and I'm going to sear away. I'm gonna sear half of this because I don't want to overcrowd the pot. Sizzle, sizzle, sizzle. I'm such a fanatic of that sizzle sound. I could probably go to sleep to this. You know how when you have trouble sleeping, you kind of use that Calm app that has sounds of rain, maybe wind, maybe the ocean, like the waves crashing. For me, it would definitely be the sizzle. This looks and smells so good. This meat is looking good, so I'm going to transfer it to this bowl, because again, I'm cooking my beef in batches. So I'm done with the sauteing, so I'm gonna hit cancel, and then now I'm gonna start stewing, so I'm gonna hit the stew button, and that's it. I've just used 2 buttons. I mean, okay, so you see all of that at the bottom of the pot? That is what you call flavor. That is gonna add loads of flavor to your stew. And what I wanna do to get all of that off the bottom of the pot is I'm going to deglaze my pan, and I'm gonna add nothing other than red wine. Ah, yes! I'm scraping off the flavor like so, you see? And all of that flavor is coming up. This is like gold when you're cooking, okay? All right, so now I'm just gonna start adding all of my ingredients. I'm gonna add my beef back into the pot. There we go. Oh, this looks and smells so divine. I'm gonna add my garlic, pearl onions. This is the easy part. You just kind of just like dump and stir. My mushrooms. One thing that I love about this stew is it is a one-pot meal. I mean, you have your protein, you have your vegetables. I'm gonna add some carrots. You have your starch. I'm gonna add some potatoes. It is also a very pretty dish. I'm gonna add soy sauce, which is gonna give it that really nice salty kick, and beef stock. Again, just adding lots of flavor. And I'm gonna add my herbs. So I'm using oregano, rosemary, and thyme. Just drop them right in there. Look at how pretty that looks. Oh, and it smells so good. I just love adding just fresh herbs. It just makes the dish just so much better. Now it's time for the lid, and then I'm gonna push the button, meat stew. Going to seal it now. So I'm just gonna turn on this button, and basically what this is doing, it's taking all of the air out of that pot, and this is when the pressure cooking begins. And in 35 minutes, we are gonna have beef stew that is just going to melt in your mouth. All right, so my stew is fully cooked. I've cooked it for 35 minutes, but before I release the lid, I have to release the pressure. One thing that's really cool about this unit, there is a safety mechanism, so I cannot take the lid off of this until I release the pressure, and that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna use my wooden spoon to turn this little dial here to release the pressure, and a lot of steam's gonna come out, so that's why I'm using my spoon. Woohoo! Let her blow! This is gonna go for about a minute or two. And when you know when it's time to take off the top, there's gonna be no more steam left. Whoa! Look at that. This smells so good! But I'm not done yet. I am going to thicken this sauce up. And how do you do that? You make a slurry. Add some water to my cornstarch, just like that. Give it a little whisk. This is going to thicken up my stew. Pour this in. You can put this over mashed potatoes, you can put this over rice, or you can just have it as a stew. Oh, this looks so good. Okay, now it is time to eat. Oh, look at that. This looks amazing, but watch this. I'm gonna add some fresh parsley on top, like so. This just adds so much color and freshness to any dish. Now it's time to taste. Oh my God. Oh, this is so good. This beef is so tender. I mean, like I said, it just melts in your mouth. This is so amazing, so delicious. I hope you guys try it at home. And make sure you subscribe. See you next week. Bye. I'm gonna be here eating, okay?